Hi, Jamie. Hi, Chris. Hi, Martin. Oh, got 16 on quick straight away. I didn't expect that many. Right, can you do us a favour? Hit the thumbs up. Let this go out to a few more. Let's get a few more on. Hello, Andrew. Hi, Phil. Hi, Susan. Merry Christmas as well to Phil. Merry Christmas, Ty. Well, I just thought I'd pop on. I said I was going to pop on Christmas Eve around 6 o'clock. I'm not going to stay on too long because I know loads of people have got lots to do for the big day tomorrow. Merry Christmas, Chris. Yeah, I thought I'd pop on just to say hello. Hi, Ian. Merry Christmas. Thanks for all the great videos. They always help me with my autism. Okay, Ian. Yeah, as I said, we've probably all got loads to do. Go on, hit those thumbs up. We've got 17 people on, but only 2 likes. So can you just do us a favour? Just hit the thumbs up quickly. That's all you got to do. Try and match the likes to match the amount of people that are on. Doesn't take a second just to hit the likes. Yeah, come on, I'll let you know what's going on throughout the rest of next year. I thought I'd come on and let you know quickly. What are we up to there? I hope you have a great Christmas tomorrow. That's from Debbie. We've got Christine on. Hi, Paul. Merry Christmas, Ty. Thumbs up and well deserved. Thank you for that. 22 people on. Yeah, so I did say when I was in Poland that I would be coming on and giving away a couple of fridge magnets that I was going to be picking up, which I'm going to be doing a little bit later on the video. So hold on, stay with me if you can, if you're not that busy. I'm not going to push this out for like over an hour. I'll probably do it for about 30-40 minutes. Hello, Steve. Hello, Viv. Yeah, we'll do all the Merry Christmas in a minute. Yeah, so just a quick rundown on. I can't believe now we're coming towards the end of 2025, and I can't believe the amount of places that I've managed to get to this year alone, including Egypt, Morocco, Spain, Thailand, Las Vegas, not Las Vegas. Yeah, it was Las Vegas. Um, and that's just a few to mention. And it's all I can say is a massive thank you to everybody, because without the support of the channel, whatever way you support it, just by looking at it, whether you do any of the donations to help the channel grow, it doesn't matter what way you do it. It supports the channel, it builds the channel, it builds the growth, it builds the viewership, and that all adds to the algorithm. I still don't understand how it works, but I just go along with it. And the amount of people watching it, I get paid from the TV ads, basically. So the ads that come up in between your videos that annoy everybody, I know they do, but without the TV ads, no YouTuber would be getting paid any money at all. I'm just looking at some of these messages. What's this? When are you back in Benidorm? Ray is asking me. I'll do a couple of them in a second. Yeah, so without the TV adverts, unfortunately, YouTubers don't get paid. Just a quickie on this now. I don't want to start like I'm moaning, but I had mentioned the other day on it regarding the fact that all my hotels are paid for by all the. I'm invited to all the hotels that I review. I don't know where people are getting this from, but no hotels invite me to review them. I think people think that the channel is run based on I get a phone call from somewhere, some big hotel in Benidorm saying, please come and look at my hotel. It's not how it works. I'm the, let's just say, the secret shopper. And the YouTube adverts by people watching pay for the hotels or pay towards the cost of the hotels. So I'm trying, I don't know how to put this across to people, because some of the comments that I've had have been on the lines of, I wish we could do what you're doing, but you're a rich YouTuber because you don't pay for nothing. All my flights are free. I don't know how to put this across. I can't say it anymore. I pay for everything. Flights, transfers, taxis, whatever I do on the channel, I pay for out of the income that I get from the videos. That's the only way it's paid. So some months you might see me go off to, as I say, Las Vegas because I probably had a good run in the previous month. And then the next month I'll be in Blackpool because the income wasn't as much. I can only budget what I show on the channel by what comes in. So I don't know how to put this across. I'm trying my best to say to people, but I keep getting people thinking somewhere down the line that everything I get is a freebie. It's not a freebie. Let's have a quick look at this now. Done that one. Hi, Paul. When am I back? That's Ray saying back in Benidorm. I think it's February. I'm not 100% certain. Anthony Blakesley. Hi, Paul. Steve Gregory. Can't wait for New Year. We fly out to Benidorm. Oh, good luck. Enjoy that one. Hope the weather's okay. Kermit. Paul, you are a lucky man. Well, I try and do what I can. I try and keep going. Frankie Boy. Hi, Paul. Merry Christmas when it comes. Yes, it's not far off. Viv, this time next week we'll be in Benidorm staying in the Sandos. Well, coming up in January, I've already done the Sandos, by the way, Viv. So coming up in January will be my review of the Sandos. I haven't had a chance. See, what happened was I did it. I went late October, I think it was, and did some hotels in Benidorm. But then I had to go in for the operation, which people will know I had to have an operation. So I was laid up for 5 weeks. And then we hit Christmas. So I had to get the Christmas markets up because there's no good putting Christmas markets videos up in January. So the Benidorm ones, I kept getting shoved and shoved and shoved, but they will be coming up in January. Chris is saying I'm the best secret shopper. That's the way it is. It's no good me going to hotels and telling them. I mean, I bought a brand new load of merch with, I'm a YouTuber, who knows where on, with YouTube on. And even going to new hotels now, I won't put that merch on, t-shirt on, until I've done all my videoing of the hotel. I'm not going to walk in with it on in the hotel because I could get people going, well, we don't want you to video. So I'm like the secret shopper. So I'm going to turn up in normal clothes. Then once I've finished doing what I'm doing in that hotel, then on goes the YouTube stuff. If they want to ask what it's all about, it's too late. You can't stop me. I've already videoed. Right, Lee Carlton, we use your videos on Madeira Centro to great effect. We stayed there in November. We had a great time. 610 was the room. Still a great view. I know it's a beautiful hotel, that Madeira. And you go up to, is it Planta 20? Is it the bar on the top? I can't remember. Welsh is saying, not free. We pay you. Well, yeah, it's not free because nothing's free. Do you know what? I wouldn't mind people coming along and going, please review my hotel, but they don't do it. But I tell you what, if they did do it, then don't expect me to come along and give you a 10 out of 10 if the hotel is not a 10 out of 10. So even if it was a freebie, you're going to get exactly what I think. And you'll be seeing, I mean, I can't hide it on the camera. If I pull back a sheet and there's things there that shouldn't be there, I can't hide it. You're going to see it. So, but those days are not here yet. I'm waiting for maybe one day someone somewhere might invite me to review their hotel. I find it highly unlikely. Wishing you a Merry Christmas from Ireland. Oh, tell a lie. I'm telling a lie. I have gone back and reviewed. I was invited back to Benidorm. Watch out for that one. And I must admit, it was a nice room. And that was a freebie. So, but I'd already done the hotel probably 12 months ago. And they invited me back just to show. The hotel had a suite on the roof. And he asked me, would I look at it? And I turned around and said, well, yeah, but I was busy at the time. And he said, well, I'll tell you what, if you want to come back, you can come back and I'll let you stay in the suite and you can just do the review of the suite. As it happened, the review of the original room was a good one anyhow, because the original room that I stayed in, which was just a basic standard room, was a nice room anyhow. And the suite was nice as well. So tell her I did get one freebie. That's coming up in January, part of the Benidorm series. Where are we up to? That's Ian M. wishing you a Merry Christmas from Northern Ireland. Steve Gregory's put his thumbs up. Kermit, just back from Gran Canaria. Surprised I never bumped into you. I know. Well, the problem with Gran Canaria was that people are saying, well, you didn't seem to do much. I was tied in two parties were going on. I had a 60th and an 80th, and there was 16 of us away. And as you can imagine, it was a case of we were basically at the pub all the time. Didn't really see a lot. It was an almighty, let's say, one of them. Plenty of that. It was nice. The hotel was nice. You've probably seen that. It was the last siesta hotel that I stayed in. If you haven't watched that video, it's already on. Kathleen, hello Kathleen. Happy birthday, Paul. Hope you have a lovely time. All the best. Thank you for that one, Kathleen. As I say, stay around. I've got a couple of goodies to give away. Can you continue your review, just what you find and see? It's correct. That's what I plan on doing. Right. So I'm going to ask a couple of questions. I want you to answer them while you're all on now. I'm going to throw something out to you. Do you think, because when I started the channel was a travel channel, and somewhere down the line I've ended up drifting mostly to hotels, which I don't mind doing. I'm like the hotel reviewer. And I know I throw in the food, because most of the hotels that I stay at, I book half board so I can show you what the food's like in there. But would you like a few restaurants thrown in, exterior restaurants, when I'm at resorts? Just put down in the comments, just the odd restaurants where I could just miss the hotel food and go out and maybe try an Indian or a Chinese or something in that same holiday resort. I'm just trying to get some ideas now for 2026, so I'm throwing this out to you. Do you think that would be a good thing, adding additional restaurants into the area, or don't you think that would be a good thing? Right, I've got Chris on, I've got Steve on saying yes, I've got Viv on. Are you all related? Because I've got 3 Gregorys all in the run there. I've got Chris, Steve and Viv on. 3 of them. And they're all Gregorys. Yes, please. Yes, I would like restaurant reviews and resorts. The thing is, I get restricted with the restaurant reviews because I go half board. And I think to myself, well, I'm showing you the half board hotel. So it seems really stupid going out and eating in the restaurant when I've already trying to do one or the other. But I could always miss a night or maybe a couple of nights and just go out, because the food in the hotels become repetitive. But the only problem is I do separate hotels, so it's maybe I could go out for lunch somewhere and have something in the afternoon instead of the evening meal. It looks like that's a yes, so let me make sure I mark that down as a yes. So food, bringing into it. Next thing up, throwing out to you again. Would you like more how-tos? In other words, hang on a couple of messages first before I ask the next one. Good thing, yes, it's yes. It's Ty saying, I think more the better will help those who, that's right, okay. Yes, Steve's my husband's Christmas son. I got the whole family on. Right. I've got 29 on. I've only got 19 likes. Can you hit the likes? The likes throw it out, apparently. It's a quiet time of the year now for YouTubers because people are out and about doing things. So the last week I've noticed that the channel's sort of gone a little bit down. But apparently that's normal because, as you can appreciate, people are shopping and people are running around doing stuff for Christmas. Next thing up, as I said, the how-tos. I've done a lot of videos where I'm actually at the resort and I'm there already, so you know quite well I'm at the resort, I'm doing the hotels. But would you like to watch more of how I book it, how I get from the airport to where I'm going, Um, and the other thing that I'm introducing is I'm hoping to do some train journeys in Europe. So just say, for instance, I could be in Paris and I'm going to hopefully go from Paris to, say, Amsterdam by train, if that's possible, and take you with me on that journey so you can see me at the train station trying to buy a ticket, trying to find out the routes, and then go with me on that train journey to Amsterdam, where when I get to Amsterdam, I'll show you Amsterdam, probably stay in a couple of hotels, and then maybe the next day see if I can get a route from Amsterdam to, I don't know, say Prague on a train. Would you be interested in watching that? And you go along with me. I've got a yes please on that. Oh, I've been getting asked for some duty frees in the airport. So you want me to walk around and show you some of the food, some of the drink prices and stuff like that? Oh, I could throw some of that. I've never done any of them, but I could throw some of them in. I'm looking for more ideas to throw in, because don't forget, airports can become very, very lonely places. You're sitting around for 2 hours waiting for your gate to appear. So I could easily add that one on, right? Hiya, Richard. Merry Christmas from Richard. Yes, please, on that one. Julie Stokes. Happy Christmas, Paul. To you all. Jamie Owens. Yes, always wanted this. You could. More videos on duty. That I've already done that one. Andrew, yes. Happy Christmas, Paul, coming from Julie Stokes. Ty said, yes, Paul. Information would be great. Yeah, it's just basically showing you how I get from places. Yes, to travel, hotel, resort vlogs. Yes, Ian. Yes, would like to know how from airports, train journeys would also book hotels. Yeah. Please, yes, for a train journey. Train journey is great idea. I remember your train journey to Scotland. Oh, that was a disaster, that one, wasn't it, really? The plan that I've got now, and I don't really like giving out the plans because I've said this before, you give out a plan and then before you actually get to do it, I don't know if it's coincidental, someone else has done it. But then again, I could give you an idea. I'm thinking of doing a 2-week travel vlog. Now, would you be interested in watching that? And that's going to be throughout Europe, whereas I take you with me. And 99% of it will be by train. And I'm hoping to visit probably 7, maybe 8 countries in that 2 weeks, all by train. And the best thing about it is when I arrive at that place, I'm going to have my hotels picked by the star rating, from 1 star to 5 star. I don't know how to do it yet, but probably I'm just going to pick a stranger on video. Maybe I'll have a bag with balls in or something, and they pick out the star rating of the hotel, and then I've got to find a hotel somewhere in that city that I've arrived by train to. Say they pull out a ball with a 2-star, I've got to then book a 2-star there and then and stay the night at that hotel. Does that sound good? And then move on maybe 2 days later after I've done a little review of the city, and then move on to another country by train. Again, not knowing what hotels I'm staying in, and hopefully someone might pull out a 5-star ball and then I will stay in a 5-star hotel. Does that sound good? And then hopefully do a round trip over the 2 weeks, but mostly on trains, showing you it might not work out. And I don't really know where I'll probably be going next, but it'll probably be like one country to the next country. I don't even know how I get across borders or anything, but it'll probably be a laugh, and you'll come along with me because it will probably be in real time. When I say in real time, as I do the video, the next one will come up right after it. So it'll be in sections, but they'll be coming up and you'll be going with that journey with me, and then probably finding out some disaster hotels along the way because I won't know where I'm staying. What do you reckon to that? Does that sound okay? I don't know. It's just something to add. To add, I'm trying to add something into the channel where I can drag the viewers into it and keep them coming along. Or do you think it's the wrong thing to do? Yeah, Frankie, someone said do the Route 66. A similar thing, but maybe from European countries to European countries. I don't really know. Yes, Sheffield, I've said this, that the whole process of what I do at the beginning is showing you how I go on, how I book it, how I travel, how I get to the places. Um, and, yeah, if I tell you now, this is probably going to get jumped on as well. There's a new route from Amsterdam to Zurich. And it's on the, it's a new coach that's taking you now. It takes you 12 hours. But it's the brand new flatbed lie-down coach. Yes, you have your own bed on the coach. Thinking of that one. But I've said it now on the live, and someone's probably going to jump on that now. I'll do it before I do it. Tell me what you think anyhow. Just let me know. Does it sound okay? Ian's saying it's okay. Great idea from Kathleen. There's so many places, but I think at the moment, before I'd even start going to sort of Far East and doing stuff like that, I think I'd have to see how it all works in Europe because, I mean, I haven't done Prague yet. I haven't done Amsterdam. I haven't done Venice. Um, so there's loads of places like that to go to. Or a simple question: would you rather me stick to beaches? Would you rather see summer holidays in hotels with pools by beaches? I'm just trying to grasp what you're looking for so I can add it into it. Because don't forget the variety, the channel itself, I'm showing so many places so far around the world, but I'm literally picking places, randomly picking them, hoping that it's what you're looking for. That sounds good again off Andrew. Tipesh, hi Paul, which company websites do you book the rooms with? Right, what I do with the rooms, are you ready for this one? If you put the name of the hotel in that you're looking for and go to it, you normally get a couple of pictures of the hotel and under it will give you the dates that you want to fill in. So you just fill in the dates and then under that you will get a list of all the companies and you'll get the likes of Expedia, hotels, Booking, Agoda, some names you've never even heard of. As you get further down the list, when you get names you've never even heard of, don't touch them because I'm not saying they're dodgy. What I'm saying is, unless you've used them before, I'd be a bit wary. But then what happens with them companies, they normally outprice each other. So you might get one, just say for instance, £80 a night. The next one below it might be 75, and the one below that might be 70. So I just then go for the cheapest. It's the same hotel. And then sometimes I'll do an added extra by going straight to the hotel site and see if they're doing anything on an offer. Because sometimes direct with the hotel can be cheaper again. The reason why I'm saying about the sites further down, because I've never heard of them, and if you see a ridiculous price at the bottom that looks too cheap, I always think that could be a bit too good to be true. So go on the site, have a look at the site before you go on any of the really cheap sites, and Google the site and look for reviews, TripAdvisor reviews. I heard of somebody who booked a hotel or an apartment in Benidorm on Airbnb or through Airbnb. But when I say I heard, I was actually there when it happened. When I got my passport robbed in Benidorm, I was in the police station, and there was a couple with a young little girl sitting in the police station, and we all just got talking. And she'd booked um, a private apartment. I think she said it was through like an Airbnb type of thing. And when they arrived in the old town, they paid for it for a week's holiday. And when they arrived in the old town, there was no such building. Um, so they had no money to book anything else, and they had a child with them, and basically they were homeless for a week. So the police were trying to sort something out, but the building didn't exist. And when they phoned the number relating to the site, they were told to go away, but not in a nice way. So that's why I always say, try and do your research. You know, it doesn't matter how much research you do. Uh, the scammers are out there, so just be careful. So that's how I book my rooms. Is I'll go for the um, I put the name in basically and look for the hotel to come up with some pictures, and they normally give you a date under it, and then you'll see the companies, the main companies come up, and they'll have the prices next to it. And then I go from there onwards, and I always go for the cheapest. If I'm getting the same hotel for the same room and the same facilities, and it's £10 cheaper with another site, then I'm going to book the site that's cheaper, aren't I? Right, so that's Tetch done. That was a long one, wasn't it? Mix it up, Steve saying. Right, okay, yeah. Anthony Blakesley, are you going to Cyprus? I've thought about Cyprus this year. It's on the list. I love beach videos. It all sounds brilliant. I think doing European tour would be great, Paul. It mixes up. It's nice. See, the thing is, I like doing the beach holidays, but then there's so many beautiful cities to go to and look around, and it's not one city is the same as another. Even if you're in the same country. When I did Poland, I did Gdansk, Warsaw, Wrocław, Poznan, and Krakow. I did them all, the Christmas markets, 2 years ago. I just went from one to another each day, flew, and not one city was the same, even though they're the same country. Frankie Boy saying, mix all your videos up. It sounds good. The problem is with mixing it up, people say you've got to be very careful that, you don't go off niche. Well, the thing is, if you read my description of my site, I'm not a hotel reviewer. I'm a travel vlogger. So literally, if I'm in a country and I see a historical building, a church, say, and I want to walk around it and show you it and go up into the bell towers and stuff like that, it's all part of travelling. Getting on a plane, it's part of travelling. Getting on a bus to take me out of the city to, I don't know, another part of the city, it's travelling. I was never ever a hotel reviewer. It's just that I stay in so many hotels, I might as well show you where I'm staying. I travel with 2 phones, which I keep separate, except the airport. Ty, so do I. I've got all my contacts on one phone, which is locked away in the case, and I never use that unless I need it in emergency. And I have my other phone with me, and I never put my cards with my phone either. So that's another thing. I always have 2 phones when I go away, basically to keep the contact numbers on. Right, George is saying maybe a few, but if you are all inclusive, not sure. We'll keep up the hotel reviews. Well, I'm doing I think it's the 3rd week. I'm not telling you where I'm going, but I'm doing the 3rd week, and I said I would do this, and a few people have asked me to do it, and I'm doing a whole week in one resort, and I'm not even booking it. Well, when I say I'm not even booking it, I've left a major travel company to do everything, and I'm seeing if the price I've paid is worth the money. That includes the flights, the baggage, the transfers, the hotel, and all inclusive for a week. Somewhere I've just gone for somewhere, and you have to wait and see where that turns out to be. And it's just the one price for the lot. Not done one before, but I said I was going to do it on the site just to show you what an all-inclusive package holiday would cost. I like to do them all separate because I like to be in control, but I'm going to give it a go. Right, Brian, while you've just come on, hello, Brian. You were in the middle of stuffing, yes, the turkey, I gather. Yes, there you go. Right, Brian, your fridge magnet, talking about fridge magnets, this one from Tenerife. Now, I did turn on and say that while you're on, by the way, ladies and gents, I'm trying to sort this one out. The fridge magnet from Tenerife, which you turned on and said I could kindly give to somebody else because you don't have a Facebook account. Well, I gather you've got an email account, right? So, get a pen and paper and write this down, because I forgot I've got an email account on the site which anybody can see. So if you just go to my email account, which is all one word in lowercase, who knows where travel at gmail.com. This is to Brian, Mr. 5U, or supposed to be Sue, I think it is. So it's who knows where travel at gmail.com. You can drop me a message there. This is regarding to people who don't know what I'm talking about. So I like to try and give away a couple of freebies each time I come on. Normally it's fridge magnets from the countries that I've been going to. So I either throw on a competition or I will just ask you to get involved with something, and I will randomly or get someone to randomly pick out some names. Now, Brian came out for the Tenerife fridge magnets, which was about a month ago. And he never contacted me because I was telling people to contact me on my Facebook. But as Brian pointed out, he's not on Facebook. So he said, you can just give the fridge magnets away. Because I need, when I give stuff away, I need your address, obviously, to post it to you. But I don't want you to put any private information up on YouTube. So I was going through Messenger on Facebook. But if you haven't got Facebook accounts, you can't send anything. So I've just realised, when I come off, I realised from the last live, I've got a who knows where email address. So Brian, you can contact me through there later on and give me your address, and that fridge magnet will go off to you. But stick around, ladies and gents, because I do have 3 fridge magnets to give away and 5 of these. I don't know if you can see them. They are the who knows where key rings, and they have the who knows where QR code on the back. So I will be giving 5 of them away to 5 different people. But I'll get into that in a second if you stick around. How long have we been on? I'm not keeping this on forever. It's probably another 10 minutes time. After I finish reading some of the messages, I will then do, it's not a competition, it's dead easy to enter. Right, so, Shay99, have I been to Amsterdam? If so, did you indulge in the culture? I went to Amsterdam for a Christmas party for a company I worked for years ago. And we flew out and we literally had 2 hours on the canal in a pub, and then we flew back. That was my only time in Amsterdam. I do plan on going back. Ian Bailey. I also love your Christmas markets. Go to Blackpool a lot at the Christmas by the sea. I love going to different cities. Yeah, so, you know, I think I'm going to have to mix it all up, aren't I, really? Laugh out loud, I think this is a good idea. Travel document also, I'll kept this on a second phone. The thing is, Ty, you've just got to be careful when you're going away. The phone is the danger. This is what I say. The phone is the danger side of it, because if you lose your phone, you lose your you lose. It's like losing your hand, because a lot of the information, especially now with the likes of Ryanair, they won't even let you have paper boarding passes anymore. So you've got to literally have it on your phone. Are you travel? In Berry, I'm going to a travel company like Hayes, the town centre. They can organise everything for me. It depends on what you want to do. I do everything myself. A lot of people don't feel comfortable. The thing that you'll find is if you do individual travel arrangements, you're not covered. If something goes wrong, and I had this with COVID. I was travelling to Benidorm not with COVID, that's not a company. I was travelling to Benidorm and COVID kicked in. So I contacted EasyJet. EasyJet Tehran has said that we'll hold your, they wouldn't do a refund, but they'll hold the flight and I could move it anytime within the next 12 months. As it happened, COVID was around a lot longer and I ended up getting the money back. But when COVID hit, I phoned the hotel that I was staying in Benidorm. And she turned around and said on the phone that we're open. And I went, yes, but as you know, no one can travel. And she went, well, that's not my problem. We're open. If you want to come here, you can come here. So I lost that hotel price. Should I say, since that, I've never been near that hotel, and they're not likely to get a review either from me. But it's in the old town, and I just thought, how ridiculous. You're open, and you know I can't get there. So they just kept the money. So that's where you can go wrong when you book separates. Whereas if I'd have gone through a reputable tour company, then I'd have probably just been refunded the flights, the hotel, and everything because of COVID. So problems can happen, flights can get cancelled, and then you've lost your hotel as well because you can't get to your destination. Weather, anything can go against it all. So I just do like to book everything myself, but just keep that to mind. It might be slightly cheaper, but you can lose a lot of money. Simon says, whatever I would do, it will be fantastic. Cheers for that, Simon. Jamie, EasyJet holidays I've found the cheapest, and package holidays can't beat them. Well, this one that I've said here is a full package, is with EasyJet. But you have to watch out for that one. That happens, I'm going, I think it's the second or third week of January on this package holiday. And I just want to see what I get for the price. Shay, thanks for that, Paul, right? Pat Key, that walk from Jet2 Liverpool Airport is a killer. Yeah, because the reason with Jet2 is because the reason the walk on Jet2 is a killer is because they're the latest. When I say latest, it was March last year when they came to Liverpool, and because they're the sort of latest airline, they've been shoved at the furthest point away, because you've got EasyJet on one side of the terminal, and then you've got Ryanair that takes up the main terminal. And if you've been to Liverpool Airport, they've got them plastic huts that you have to walk through. But because Ryanair takes so much of that part of the airport, they've dumped EasyJet on the very end, and it's virtually close to the fire drill aeroplane. If people don't know what I'm talking about, there's a mock-up aeroplane set a little bit further out, which they use for fire drills. Because when I worked in the NHS, doctors and nurses used to have to go out and they'd do a mock-up with the fire brigade, and they'd set that plane on fire, and they'd have actors on the plane, and they'd have like little bits of it set round like as though something has happened or an accident happened, and real doctors and real nurses used to have to go, and the fire brigade used to have to go, and actors would be on the plane playing parts like passengers. Like, I know it sounds stupid, but the scenarios are actors will be trying to get the bags out of the overhead cabinets when there's smoke in the plane, and it's every event that could possibly happen on a plane. But real doctors are there. People broke their arm and doctors are attending them. But they're all actors, but it's just for practice in the event of another emergency. And that happens with hotels and everything. I've had, when I worked, as I say, in A&E, people used to have to go out to mock up hospitals where they're trying to get patients out of a ward, but there's smoke and they can't get out, so they're trying to get them out the windows, down fire escapes. Some of them can't walk, so they're dragging them down the fire escapes on mattresses. It's fantastic what they do, what you do not see in the NHS. It's absolutely fantastic. The police and everyone all comes together for these practice days every now and then. And they're all professional out there, and everybody, whether they're on the ward or in an aeroplane, they are actors. And they become the most awkward patients on the ward that don't want to be moved, and they're fighting, even though the ward is on fire, in theory. It's fabulous the way it's done. I forgot how I even got into that conversation, but there you go. Oh yeah, it was because of Jet2. Jet2 it's the last company to come to John Lennon Airport, so it's the furthest point away. We'll get there in a minute. James, I've never thought of trying an EasyJet. Well, I've never done it, Ty, so wait, just hold fire and let me get through this one. Oh, well, Packy's saying apparently he'll give you a paper pass if you say your phone is dead. And now I've been told that Ryanair will charge you £55 or €55 if you haven't got a digital boarding pass. Vivis said EasyJet. Apparently, yes. I've done it. It seems you have to wait for the price when it comes up on the video. I'm not giving too much away. Just passing by. Merry Christmas. All right, Packy. Take care. Daniel's saying hi. Right. Thanks for the detailed answer, Paul. I know. Yeah, sounds like. If you're unsure, go through an agent. You pay a few. You normally pay probably 10% more because that's the agent's fee than what you would pay for your holiday. But you're normally covered by ATOL, and so you got peace of mind if you go through a proper company. All right, Brian. So you've heard what I've said, Brian, on that one. Just go to the who knows where travel@gmail.com and message me. Don't put anything on it. Just say hi, Paul, who you are. Obviously, it'll come up on your email by your address. And then we'll sort out this fridge magnet so you will get it. I'm going to start using the Gmail for the addresses rather than the Facebook anyhow. It's great when you show a place and sites can make the decision of areas where to go, icing on the cake. Yeah. And that's another thing. Because I do so many hotels, to try and you've got to realize, as I've said at the beginning of this video, everything I pay for comes out of YouTube ads. So if you don't watch the videos, the video does not get monetary value. The less people that watch it, the smaller amount that a YouTuber. This is every vlogger how it works. We all get paid by YouTube ads. So if you turn an ad off or skip it, then you don't get paid for it. So if a video only gets 200 or 300 views, then you're not making no money on it. So that's how we all get paid. I'm trying to read that again. Yeah. So basically, I try to put in as much content to cover the cost. As you can imagine, if I'm going to flying, say, to Benidorm, and it's not worth me doing a week in one hotel because I'm only going to make the YouTube ad revenue off one hotel. So that's why I do 7 on the run and do 7 hotels, and hopefully one of them will do fairly good and will pay for my next trip. So that's how it comes. That's how it's all done. If none of them do any good, then I have to re-budget the next month and end up in cheaper hotels, normally in the UK somewhere. But if a month is fairly good, then I can try and go somewhere a little bit more further away. That's how it all works. That's how YouTube works. But having to move from hotel to hotel, that's what I'm trying to get to the point. Having to move from hotel to hotel is time consuming because you're dragging a case round. So you've got to be at one hotel at 10 o'clock in the morning. You can't check into the next one till 4. You've got 6 hours dead. I cannot be walking around with a backpack, dragging a suitcase and trying to hold a tripod and video the city. So people say, why don't you do more of the surrounding areas of where you are, show what they're like? Well, because I'm in that situation, you know, I've sat in parks in the freezing cold for like 3 or 4 hours because there's nowhere to go. There's nothing to do. It's either sitting there or sit in a cafe with a cup of coffee, because you can't really walk around and show the architecture and show the streets and the areas dragging 2 cases. It's very hard to do. But I would love to try and get more of the, you know, if I go and visit a city, it'd be nice to walk around the city and do it. I don't know, I'm going to have to try and work out how I can get this in. Right, here we go. So, where will I be in the first 2 weeks of March? I haven't got a clue. I haven't looked at that yet. Always book with EasyJet online. That's what Viv's is saying. Shay's saying, what's the best Christmas market you have ever been to? Now, I do like Krakow, but the one I did this year, I think it's because the weather was too warm. It was like, when I first got there, there was no snow, and then, okay, it went cold at night. Don't get me wrong, it went cold, but it just lost its atmosphere this year because there was just no snow. But, you know, you can't blame the market and the country for the weather. Whereas last year it was beautiful with the snow, and I went to Zakopane. Zakopane this year never had any snow either. I liked Gdansk. I really thought it was a smaller market. It was more intimate, and I really liked the town of Gdansk. Is it a town or a city? I don't know, town of Gdansk in Poland. I really like that one. Naughty Fox, hi Paul, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, take care, John and Pauline. Stay on, competition's on, coming up in about two to 3 minutes. I'm going to get it out the way. I've used a travel agent for the last 5 times, never had a bad experience. Had 10 bites into it. I think that's 10 nights, yeah. Just out of interest, I've YouTube Premium, which skipped the ads. If someone, well, if you pay premium to skip the ads, then that means basically that any YouTuber doesn't get paid because you've skipped all the ads. That's what premium does. It gives the viewer the chance to not have annoying ads on, and I know quite well they can be very annoying. They're very annoying to me if I watch another YouTuber when you think you've got like, YouTube's ads used to be sort of like, I'd say 20 seconds for a big one, and then like 5 seconds. But then all of a sudden now, I don't know what happened. I think the last year they seem to have gone to like a minute, and you get like 5 in a run. And that's becoming really annoying. That's becoming annoying for me. But that's unfortunately how YouTubers get paid. They either get paid through some sort of a donation, whether it's a super chat or the viewership. It's the algorithm is you watching the video. Your likes, your clicks, your comments, all the algorithm pushes it out. More people watch. The more people that watch it, the more chances the adverts are going to be getting played. And that's how a YouTuber gets paid. It's the ad revenue. That's basically it. YouTube don't physically give you any money to make a video. It's the adverts that you see in between. And if you notice, if you watch my channel, you'll normally get related ads that will attach themselves to the appropriate videos. Like you normally get some sort of sim company, which will be on my, or you'll get hotels.com is on a lot of my videos because it relates to hotel. Right. The other way to help the channel is to buy me a coffee. The thing is, I've said this all along, I don't ask for anybody for donations. People do donate, whether they donate from different things. I don't ask for it because it's, it's not the way I run the channel. But you've got to realize YouTube is a business. So even off the ad revenue that we get from viewerships, which means you're not even paying for anything, you're just watching the adverts. So it doesn't cost the viewer anything. They take obviously a proportion of the ad revenue as well. They've got to, they're a business. If someone does a super chat, then they take a portion of the super chat as well. Now, I've just been asked a question. What's your favourite Christmas drink? I don't really know. I don't really have a Christmas drink. I have mulled wine on the videos. It's an okay one, but it becomes sickly. I don't mind the odd Baileys in a hot chocolate. I don't mind that. And I don't mind the odd pint of lager. I like to try the German lagers on the Christmas markets, but I don't really have a particular Christmas drink. Ty Billy's saying, does YouTube or Google take money off from Buy Me a Coffee? The answer to that is no, because it has nothing to do with YouTube or Google. Buy Me a Coffee takes 5% of whatever you pay for Buy Me a Coffee. So say for instance, it's a £5, you give me £5 coffee, they'll take 5% off before I get the £5, if you know what I mean. But YouTube and Google have got nothing to do with Buy Me a Coffee. It's a total independent company. Are you making enough money to cover the costs of your travels and hotels? This is Honest Brit. At the moment now, yes, I'm in a position now 2.5 years down the line, but that's down to budgeting. I said this a while back, and I think I upset a few people because I said it's a business, and people think I was doing it as a hobby. And at first, it started off as a hobby, but then you've got to realize it's got to become a business, because if you're earning an income, there's a little man that no one likes in the background. It's called the tax man. So you've got to keep records of what you're earning. YouTube send all, it's like anything, it's like YouTube, eBay, anything like that, platforms where you're making money, they send your revenue details off to the Inland Revenue. You're not getting away with it. You sell something on eBay, they send off the fact that you've sold a television for 40 quid. They will send that information off to the taxman. And if you need to declare your tax on that, well, it's the same. The taxman will want it. And it's the same on YouTube. Whatever I earn in the background on YouTube, I have to document. I do my accounts probably once a fortnight and keep them up to date. It's a business. You've got to do it, because at the end of the day, if you earn X amount of money on YouTube, they're going to come along and go, give us 20% of it. Because you can't argue, because YouTube have sent it to the Inland Revenue to say this is what he's earned. So it is a business. But I'm in a position, I'll be honest with you, if you really want to know the truth, the very first year I started YouTube, I spent £9,000 out of my own savings from when I'd saved to go and do all the travelling. Now, I'm not arguing that I did that, but I lost that, because I didn't make that back at all in the first year. So when I did my tax return, that was £9,000 gone out of my savings. But I'd got to see some of the world. I'd gone to places. I'd been staying in hotels. So in a way, I got me value for the money, but it was out my own pocket. But in the last 2.5 years, it's built up and built up. I've built the channel up, and it's now getting to a point now where I've not made, I'll be honest with you, I've not made a penny. This is gospel. I've not made a penny, but I'm now in a position where it doesn't cost me a penny. But that's still down to budgeting. When my monthly, when they assess your monthly earnings and you're a month behind with YouTube, so you get last month's this month, if you know what I mean. So on the 25th of every month, I get the last month's earnings. So if you have a bad month, you get that. So then I have to look at that and think, what am I going to do next month with that? And that depends on how good the videos have been doing. If you've had crap videos up and you're getting crap viewership, then your income goes right down, and you just have to work with that. But that's how I do it. So that's how you'll see some hotels. 1 minute I'm in Las Vegas, and the following week I think I was in Manchester. So it's because I can't afford the Las Vegas again. But that's how I work it. But I've not actually made money to put away in a bank and go, oh, I could save all that. Everything is getting ploughed back into the channel. Every single penny has gone back into it. And I've got a little bit of money now in the bank, and I'm now planning now how to spend that for the next few months to keep the channel going. You've got to. Thanks for the details of how it works, Paul. It helps me understand how it works. There you go. On that one, Shay, what camera do you use to vlog? I use 3 different cameras. I use the GoPro. My GoPro, when I'm walking, normally it's strapped to me. If I'm doing travel ones, as in how I get from A to B, I've normally got a GoPro attached to my strap on my jacket, on my backpack, because that catches up. That catches stuff that I'm not actually aiming at, which I can still use in the editing. I use a Osmo 2, a DJI Osmo 2, but the main one that I use, which is for night vision, because especially with the Christmas markets, and you'll see it when I'm walking around the hotels, you'll normally catch me in the bathroom mirror. That is the DJI Action 5. The only problem with the Action 5 is I don't know what DJI did when they made the action cameras, but they did a file format, so you need a converter before you can turn it back to a file that you can use. It's a pain, so you're doing double the work on it, but that's what they've done on it. They made each file, when you're recording, a certain file format, and that's not what's accepted by a lot of editing suites, so you have to convert it to another file format before you can actually edit it. Well, that's what's happened, honest Brit. That's what's happened for the last, I'd say, 18 months now. And this year, I'm probably just going to break even again. I'm not earned nothing, and I've not spent anything. But I've managed to do so much content. And unfortunately, if you want to do the content, you've got to spend the money. I mean, I don't walk around video and nothing. Do you know what I mean? I'm trying to do content for the people watching the channel. So that's why I try and show nice hotels. I've said this before, I can go and do hotels in places for 10 quid, but you're never going to want to stay there, and you're probably not likely to watch the video, and it's clickbait. Whereas I'd rather do hotels that I'm quite comfortable staying in. Pocket 3, I was thinking about getting one, but I've already got a Pocket 1 and I've already got a Pocket 2. In fact, there's me Pocket 2 there. You can see it, see. And I'm just thinking, well, this is a good camera. A very good camera. It's a 3-axle, so it follows you wherever you're going. And I'm just thinking, it's a waste. It does exactly the same job. So I'm just wasting maybe £500-600, which I could put into more videos to get a camera that does what the camera does. It does the same thing. So I really think it's pointless spending more money on the next camera up. I'd rather wait maybe 5 years, and when that camera's a little bit on its tired, and then get the version which is 5 years newer, if you know what I mean. Then change every year because they bring Model A, Model B, you know what I mean? Try and get the money out of it. It is a pain to convert it, but I didn't know that when I bought the camera. It's a good camera. It's a very good camera, but it's the file format is ridiculous, and I don't know why. And everyone who's bought one is complaining at the fact that they've done that file format. No, I've not done cruises. I'm thinking, but again, we're back to the cost. We're back to, you know, is it going to pay its way? If I pay, I don't know, £1,500 for a cruise, that's one thing. Okay, I'm going to be going to different countries, but is it going to get that money back? £1,500 for a cruise, or £2,500 for a cruise? I don't know. I've been thinking about it. I use my phone now and then as well. I've got a Google Pixel, so I use my phone sometimes. Usually I use the phone in restaurants when I'm going down, because in the hotels, you know, to do the food footage, I normally just take my phone because it's quite a good camera. And the reason why that is because people don't necessarily look at you weird when you've got a phone, but they'll look at you weird when you're standing there with a camera on a tripod, video and blancmange. Do you know what I mean? Like you've never seen it before. So I sneakily throw out my phone and video the blancmange. But to stand there with a proper professional camera, people are like, and don't forget, people are trying to get the food, and there's this baldy-headed idiot standing there with a camera looking at sardines, and they're like going, "There's something wrong with you. Have you never seen food before?" So it's really, you get some weird looks when you're videoing the food in hotels. It's hilarious sometimes. They're looking at you like, and you can see people speaking in all the different languages, and basically they're calling me an idiot. Right, anyhow, I've asked a few questions, you've given me some ideas, and I said I wasn't staying on long, but I've been on over an hour. So, do you want the competition now? Do you want to get these fridge magnets and these key rings? Just put down now, let's see these coming through. Just let me know, yes, so you're interested. There we go. So Chris is saying yes. Richard's saying yes. There we go. Let's get a few more yeses. I know how you feel. I've been to hotels and taken photographs of the food and sneaked them too. Yes, there you go. Andrew's on. Anthony's on with the yes. Right, there we go. An hour of my life I won't get back, Brian. So at least you're still on, Brian. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to ask you a simple, quick question, and then I'm going to go on the community tab with the winners' names. I'm not going to do a quiz question because it's not fair on everybody, because people will just get the phone quickly and Google the answer, and that's called cheating. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you what I've got. You've seen the key ring. I've got 3 of these to give away, which is the Who Knows Where key rings. You can see it on there. And they do work with the QR. So just put down key ring if you fancy one. That's how easy it is. If you want a key ring, just put down key ring, because some people might not want a key ring, but just put down if you want it. So I can backtrack on this and put your names in a little blind bag and then pull you out. So there's 3 key rings going to go out to the people who want key rings. Right? Now, this is the nice one. When I say nice one, this is the fridge magnet when I went up the mountains to Zakopane. And it does have the name there in the rotary things there. And that shows you all the different parts of Zakopane. That's your fridge magnet. If you want that one, just put down Zak. If you want that fridge magnet, just put down the word Zak. And then I can add those people in. Yeah, that's it. You're getting the idea. It's quite a nice fridge magnet, that one. So you'll see what I mean. I'll just put all the names of the key. People who want the key ring will go in. People who want Zak will go in. And then I'll just pull them out. So there's only one fridge magnet. There was two, unfortunately. There was two, but if you're seeing this, I had a bit of an accident at the airport. It's collapsed. And I can't get it to go back together, so sorry. There's only one of them. And your last one. I've got two of these to give away. There we go. Krakow, 2 fridge magnets. And I didn't realise till I was looking at them before, but that's actually the outline of Poland. So there you go. And if you want this one, just put down crack. I just realised what I said. There you go. There's 2 of them. So you've got 2 of them. One of these Zakopane. 3 of them key rings. So there's 6 going out, and each one will receive, each one of them winners will receive a who knows where pen as well. Okay? Little giveaway for Christmas. So once I've finished this, I will go through all the names and, as I say, put them all in a little blind bag and pull them out. So apologies, I can only have 6 winners. Apologies. It would have been 7 if that fridge magnet hadn't have fell to bits, as you can see. Tea's made. Well, as I said, if your name comes out, you get the pen as well, with your key ring or magnet, whatever it comes. I don't know. To be honest with you, I'm not even going to do it. So, me son's doing it. I've got to give it to him later on to do. But give us a couple of hours and it'll go up on the community. There'll be a post up on the community with the 6 winners with your name next to it and what you've won. Okay? So thanks anyhow. Don't forget, Brian, your Tenerife one. Go to that email address. Now, if you just want to jot it down, I'm not saying anyone's won it yet, but if you just want to jot down the email address, so if your name comes up, it will be in the post anyhow. I will put the email address in. It's who knows where travel@gmail.com. Dead easy, all lowercase. So when I send out in the discussion, the winners, underneath, it'll show you how to contact me. Do not put your address anywhere on this conversation now, please. Do not put it on. And do not put it on the comments on this video either, because I don't want your address going out to whoever's out there. Right, let's have a last look at these now. Ready Bear, Iron, I haven't got a clue what you're talking about. Speedboat. Harburn Double O, I don't know what you're on about. Thanks for the amazing video, Paul. Where is the community tab things? We'll find, can I find it? It comes up, you should get a message when the message goes up. If not, the community is on the main page. It's along with the tabs. I haven't gone yet, Brian, so people don't have to go yet. Still doing the last little talk. I've got lovely legs on. How are you, Paul, today? I'm fine. Merry Christmas, Paul. Shakespeare, Paul. Thank you for this evening. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Right, as I said, thanks for everyone coming on. Thanks for the bit of information, because it's going to give me a little bit of a guideline now where to take 2026. I don't know if anybody follows any of the YouTubers. I follow other YouTubers as well, and sadly we've lost 2 YouTubers in the last 2 days. One was a fella Scouser that used to do a lot of Thai videos, a guy called Steady Eddie. From Liverpool, used to do a lot of Thailand videos. Sadly, he passed away on the 22nd. He was diagnosed in Thailand. He had a headache and he was diagnosed with a brain tumour, and he died on the 22nd. Now, the biggest shock is to probably one of the biggest YouTubers that I watch on YouTube. And he was found dead on the 22nd as well. And it's David Adam Williams. And now he's an American guy. You might not follow him, but he's known as Adam the Woo. He's just been found dead at the age of 51. Brilliant channel. Ed was a brilliant guy as well. Didn't know them. I used to watch Ed all the time, and I've watched Adam the Woo since, well, he's been going about 12, 13 years. He's that big. I think last time I looked, he had 750,000 subs, and he's all over the American news now. That's how big he is, Fox News and everything. It shows you how big you can get on YouTube. But he was found dead on his bed. There's an inquest on it at the moment. Brilliant guy, brilliant presenter, everything. If you've never seen Adam the Woo videos, he does a lot of like Disney parks and music memorabilia. He'll take you to famous stars' houses and grave sites, and he does a lot of Disney over there as well. 51 years old. So that's the last, both on the same day, Eddie and Adam. There you go. I know, sorry put a damper on your Christmas, but a bit of a shock really, because I've watched Eddie for the last 2 years, and I've watched Adam since probably before COVID. And people are putting it up there, Adam the Woo. People have said, yes, I love you. Tyson loved Eddie. Sadly missed. He had a bad fight, didn't he? It was a case of, I think, probably 12 months. All started by, he thought he had a stroke in Thailand, and he'd gone to the hospital, and he said, no, he had a brain tumour. He came back home, and sadly he's gone. Anyhow, on that sort of solemn note, listen, I'm going to go. I've been on an hour and a quarter. I don't know. I think you're probably all going to be busy New Year, aren't you? I was thinking I might be popping on next week, maybe for one night, sometime. If I don't, have a nice Christmas. Hope you're all spending it with your family and everything. I've been ordered by my son, by the way. I wasn't planning on going anywhere because I'm going tomorrow. I'm on my own tomorrow in the morning. But then I've been invited out to family for me lunch. I used to love cooking lunch at home all the time, but then everybody else is doing it for me now, so I thought, might as well go there. But then I've been ordered in the morning. I've got to go and have my breakfast in my son's, so I'm being ordered tomorrow. My whole day's laid out for me, and I was hoping to have a nice quiet one in. Right, have a nice Christmas. If I don't speak to you before the new year, enjoy it. Hope you all have a lovely time with your families, and I might pop on next week. Might. If not, I'll see you in 2026. Doesn't that sound weird? Anyhow, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in that next video. Watch out for the ones coming up. You might have noticed at the present moment that I've not been putting much content up, because literally these 2 weeks now, Christmas week and New Year week, is a waste of content. People are not really tuning into the channel, so all that hard work doesn't get viewed. So it's like probably one a week I've been putting up now. But they will be back in from the beginning of January. As I said, have a lovely Christmas and all the best for 2026. And I'll catch you in that next video. Thanks for watching. And bye for now.